Happy New Year to you guys, and welcome back to another one of our shipping videos, and the very first shipping video of 2024. So I hope you've all had a great Christmas and a very happy New Year to you. And I hope you're starting the year off with the same enthusiasm as we are. We finished 2023 really on a high note. It was a really fantastic year for us, a record number of guitars sold. I think we sold just somewhere around about 1,200 guitars last year. And that was just absolutely fantastic. We had set ourselves a plan. We built 5 guitars here every day. So I think we sold absolutely everything that we made last year, and our stock levels just balanced. And it was a brilliant year, really brilliant year. And all thanks to you guys. Thanks to you guys for being interested in what we do, for telling people about what we do, because you know, really one of the best parts of our marketing is happy customers, and we have a great community of happy customers out there who are engaged with what we do, love what we do, and not only come back for more guitars, which we see often, but tell their friends about it. And that was one of the reasons that we set up the ambassador program, and something we're going to be doing much more with over the coming year. Because it's really exciting to have happy customers, and it was great over Christmas actually, in the different communities, seeing a lot of people posting pictures of the guitars by the Christmas tree and all that kind of stuff, and different collections and things. So it's what excites us, it's what inspires us, and keeps fueling us to make these beautiful guitars. So yeah, we took a week off over Christmas. Production closed down. There were some of the office staff were still working over the Christmas period. But production ceased totally for 6 production days, so a full week of Christmas, and then the 1st of January we're back here on the 2nd. So most of these guitars would have been built in 2023, finished off in the first couple of days of this year, or finished off just at the end of last year and waiting to be shipped this year. So that's a crossover period. But what a really nice selection that we have that we're coming into this year. Really nice Amicus there, some X7, Slimlines, X10, Lefty, and some really nice X20s here. Selection between carbon, the vibrant weaves, the Cocobolos, and various different types of finishes, and that's just the kind of variety that we like to see. So and this is why this is so good. And a big thank you to the guy who put together an amazing spreadsheet of all the shipping videos that we've done over the past year and what guitars are featured in them. Really amazing. We'll maybe link to that at a later date and say more about that. But that's something that popped up on a community over the last few days, and I just was blown away that somebody would take that time to put all that information together. So big thank you. Okay, so let's jump in and look at some guitars. So the first one is going out to Timothy in North Carolina, and Timothy has ordered an Amicus. If you're new to the shipping video, if you're new to the world of emerald guitars, the Amicus is the smallest guitar that we do. Well, unless you count the harp ukulele, which is a ukulele. But the Amicus is a short scale 12-string guitar. Now, it's a little bit different than a regular 12-string guitar in that all the strings are tuned in unison pairs rather than as octaves like you get on a regular 12-string guitar. And the scale length on this is 18 inches, so as you can see it's quite a short scale. And then it's tuned up to D. So it's a higher tuning. So it gives you that kind of choppy mandolin, high-pitched kind of sound. The unison pairs give you that really sort of rhythmic, powerful sound, and overall it's a wonderful sounding instrument. We always talk about it as the mandolin for the guitar player, because it's tuned kind of like, you know, using guitar tunings with a wider neck, and just everything feels a bit more familiar for a guitar player, but it gives you that sort of mandolin high-pitched sound. In truth, it's its own thing. You know, it gives it a unique sound that in the right hands is very inspiring, and really creates beautiful music. Now, presentation on this one, purple quilted maple, and look at that, what amazing piece of quilted maple that is. And I'm currently chasing quilted maple. It's hard stuff to find, certainly in the quality of this. It's really hard to find nowadays, but look at that, it's amazing. The purple just really catches the light and works so well. Black hardware on it, and black carbon back and sides. That's a very pretty guitar to start with. So that's the first guitar in the first shipping video of 2024. Congratulations, Timothy. Now, next one is going to California. It's going out to Jack. Jack, I'm going to California in a couple of weeks' time for NAMM show. So I'm not sure what part you're in, but I'm looking forward to going to California. I always love going there in January. So Jack has ordered an X7. So the X7 is the smallest 6-string that we do. It's a nice compact parlor size guitar with a 24-inch scale, so slightly shorter scale. The standard scale length on the other guitars is 25.5. So slightly shorter scale length, and it's just a very playable, very sweet sounding guitar, very nice compact size. But visuals that we mostly talk about in the shipping video, this is redwood burl, and has such fantastic detail in it. Beautiful burl with some really nice knots. You know, the burl, I guess, really is just little tiny knots, and then some larger knots that are running through that as well. And it's yeah, got such a nice detail in it. Back and sides is amber. Pickup system is the High Vibe, and another great guitar from Emerald. Now, from California and the sunshine to the dark, cold winters in Norway. So this guitar is going to Elton in Norway, but that's a guitar that'll brighten up your winter. This is another X7, but finished in Cocobolo, and Cocobolo was something I was hunting for a long time, and finally we managed to find some Cocobolo back a few months ago, and it's great to see the guitars coming through. I think there's 3 Cocobolos in this week's shipping video, and expect to see more of them in the weeks to come. And it's stunning, absolutely stunning. We love the colors in Cocobolo. We love the light center, the sapwood running down the center there. The lines that are running through it, these beautiful black lines that just have so much detail, and then the chocolatey browns. But what I love on this Cocobolo that I've never seen on Cocobolo before is it has a flame kind of quilting running through it as well. If you get in there, you especially see it down here. It's got this it's sort of like a quilted section. Some up here has got more kind of flame, and it's just remarkable. Really has so much detail in it, so much figure and color, and certainly among the best Cocobolo that I've ever seen. So great to have it here. Back and sides on this is amber, and again with a High Vibe, and I know a lot of people have been really enjoying the High Vibe pickup system. It's something that we really need to do a lot more with this year. I'd love to do some more tutorials. Davey in the office is quite an expert with the High Vibe. Might see if we can get him to do a little bit more in terms of performance and how you use it and that kind of stuff. And maybe some of the users out there might be able to post some videos as well of how they're using the High Vibe. But it is such a great pickup system, and used in the right way is a very creative tool, but also it's a very fun tool. You know, just having the ability to be able to add those effects without having to plug into an amp, it really gives you a whole new direction in your playing. Now, next one is going to David in Florida, and this is the X10 Slimline. Not to be mistaken for Virtuo. It's very different from what the Virtuo is, and we have a Virtuo coming, so I'll explain maybe a little bit more when we get there. But so the X10 Slimline is just a slimmed down acoustic guitar. We made it about half the thickness of the regular X10, gives it that very nice compact ergonomic feeling body, but at the same time has great volume and projection. So very nice acoustic guitar. Everything we've done, we've designed to really preserve the acoustic voice in this guitar. So the humbucker we've put on here, it is mounted on the top rather than recessed into the top. And these are custom made by Crevo. He hand makes them for us, and they're fantastic. They're a sound that just really complements the acoustic sound of the guitar. Work really well with phosphor bronze strings, and blended between that and the piezo bridge, just you can get some really beautiful sounds. So you've got 2 pickups, you've got the piezos here, you've got the humbucker here, you've got the blend to be able to, volume controls to be able to blend the 2 together, You've got a 3-way switch that takes you between, you know, having all humbucker, both on, or just piezos, so very versatile that way. And you've got a mono and stereo jack. What that allows you to do is you put a mono cable in there, you blend everything on board, you put a stereo cable in here, and it splits the signals, and you can do everything external to the guitar. So just depending on how complex you want to get, it gives you that freedom. So loving the X10 slimlines, and you're seeing more of them going out on the shipping videos, so that, you know, explains to you just how they've been so well received. Now, next one is Morris in Oregon, and this is the X10 slimline nylon, and I'm loving these, absolutely loving these. We've been developing and enhancing and adapting the X10 slimline nylon over the last year, and I think it's really something quite phenomenal. So this one is Koa veneer, and love Koa. It's got such a beautiful color, great iridescence to it, really nice little flame running through this one as well, and yeah, it's one of the most beautiful woods in the world, undoubtedly. This guitar has the piezo pickups. It's got K&K Pure Minis inside, I'm pretty sure, because I see 3 outputs. Yes, I'm right. And then it's also got the MIDI connectivity. So very versatile nylon string guitar, and yeah, it gives you an awful lot of ability to be able to shape and create some very, very interesting amplified sounds, but also acoustically still has a great sound. So so it does all those things really well. Back and sides is black carbon, and just highlights that that beautiful veneer on the top, and keeping it a little bit more subtle on the back and sides with the black. So yeah, very nice Morris. Then Kenneth in Virginia has gone for the full-bodied X10, and the X10, if you're trying to decide what you want to choose, sort of between say an X7 and an X10, the body size on them is very, very similar. The X10 is just a little bit bigger, but the big difference between the X7 and the X10 is neck configuration. This is a 25.5-inch scale. That is a 24-inch scale on the X7. The X7 has a 12th fret body joint for the neck. This has a 14th fret body joint to the neck. That has a 1 3/4 inch nut on the X7. This has a 1 11/16 inch nut. So it's a slimmer neck, longer scale, and a little bit more kind of electric feeling neck. So overall, just slimmer proportions on that neck. So if you like a slimmer neck, the X10's the way to go. If you like a shorter neck, X7's the way to go. And it's really just a matter of working out what's your preferences. Tonally between the two, quite similar because of similar bodies, but the scale length definitely makes a difference on them as well. So so yeah, originally the X10 was conceived more as a stage guitar, but in this more sort of simplified version here, it's a fantastic acoustic guitar. In any versions, it's really a fantastic acoustic guitar. This one has just got the piezo bridge. It's got one volume control mounted in the sound hole, so a really nice simple pickup system that sounds fantastic. It just really plug and play. It'll give you very strong and powerful plugged in sound. Visually on this guitar, it's a vintage amber burst over quilted maple, and again beautiful quilted maple, and this is book match quilted maple, so you get that really nice repeating pattern, and gold hardware, and a red carbon back and sides. So so yeah, the red carbon kind of works well with that vintage amber burst, and that gold hardware. Some beautiful X10 there. Now Matthew in Torquay has gone for the Virtuo. So question is asked a lot is, why would you order a Virtuo over a slimline or vice versa? What I would say is, think about what you primarily want to do with the guitar. If you primarily are playing it acoustically, you know, as an acoustic guitar, when you're plugged in and playing on stage, you're wanting it to sound like an acoustic guitar, X10 slimline's the way to go. It's all about acoustic sounds. Yes, you can put it into an amp and add distortion, and that humbucker can really give you some good electric sounds. But that's not really its primary purpose. Its primary purpose is as an acoustic guitar that maybe you want some electric sounds. The Virtuo is a guitar that I would say it's a little bit more like 60-40. Say you want 60% more electric sounds, 40% acoustic sounds, then this is the way to go. It gives you really fantastic electric amplified sounds. It gives you a really good acoustic sound. Sounds like quite a natural acoustic guitar for being a more of an electric guitar, because it's got the hollow body, it's got that piezo carbon bridge. But if you wanted just pure, more natural acoustic sounds, the most natural acoustic sounds are going to come out of the Slimline as opposed to the Virtuo. So there's always that trade-off. And when you're designing acoustic guitars, it's always a balance of trade-offs. You're always trying to balance between size and playability and tone and feedback resistance and amplified sounds, and so everything. You maybe enhance one and it might take a little bit away from another. There's no way you can score a perfect 10 on every potential area. So undoubtedly, when we cut a hole into the top, add in the humbucker pickups, it does compromise the acoustic projection of the top a little bit, but it's a little bit. It still sounds good. So yeah, it's a matter of finding that balance. But if you like a versatile guitar that has so many tonal opportunities, separately and blended together, there's nothing else like it. This guitar just gives you so much, and it's been such an exciting thing to have on our lineup over the last couple of years. Now this is a particularly beautiful one. It's Royal Ebony, and Royal Ebony is a light wood with like dark black figurine running through it. Then we put a red transparent over the top, so that what's light becomes red, what's dark stays black. And that gives you that beautiful pattern. So transparent red over the top. We have the silver rings on the fretboard here, black hardware throughout that works so well with the black carbon fretboard, and then red carbon back and sides. So that's the Virtuo, and yeah, I encourage you, if you don't know a lot about Emerald guitars and our guitars and the specifics, go into our YouTube and look for the playlists. We've got playlists where they're all broken down by model, and you'll find a whole playlist of videos just explaining the Virtuo guitar. Now, Nancy in Arizona. So Nancy has gone for a left-handed guitar, and we do two guitars in our lineup that are available as left-handed. We have the X20 and we have the Amicus. But the X20 is the main one, and we're able to offer it as a left-handed 12-string or nylon or baritone, all the different configurations. So if you're interested in a left-handed guitar, the X20 line caters for you. And this is a particularly beautiful one, finished in vibrant purple. Amazing purple there, just stands out so much. And really it's just an exact reverse of our standard X20. And really the motivation behind it was people that have experienced the X20 and its ergonomic shape and the contours of the back, and the way the asymmetrical side and the bevels and stuff. In the left-handed world don't get to experience that sort of thing. And so I wanted to find a way that I could build a left-handed guitar and exactly replicate everything we do on the X20 the other way around. And so yeah, you're getting an exact mirror of it. You get that ergonomic experience if you're a left-handed player, and it's very limited out there for left-handed players, so we're proud to have that. The pickup system on this one is the Graphtec piezos with the K&K Pure Minis, 2 volume controls here, and you can blend those together. So enjoy that, Nancy, and hopefully that'll bring you some great new music for the new year. Now we have Larry in Washington, and so from the left-handed X20 to the right-handed X20, that has been our best seller for a long number of years. And I need to check the final numbers. We're sitting very close between the X20 and the Virtuo. I think the X20 maybe just won, but it's been very close over the last while. The X20, the reason it's such a successful guitar for us is it brought all those ergonomics. You know, it was the first guitar that I did that had this offset sound hole that straddles both the top and the side. It was the first guitar that I did at all the bevels. It was the first guitar that I did at the asymmetrical side. And when I did it and designed it, I was really concerned that we were putting too many forward-thinking ideas into one guitar, and that people think it was weird looking or it wouldn't work right. But people love it. They don't love it just to look at, but they also love it to hold and the ergonomics and how it feels. You know, X20 is a guitar. It's about how a guitar feels, and that's how it should be. So, so really beautiful one going out to Larry, and it's quilted maple. It's all dark quilted maple on this one, so we don't have any of that sort of the sapwood center or anything. But it's really nice, just that big block of dark color. It's got some of that flame running down here at the bottom, and this variation between the light and the dark browns. Love the patterns, love the grain texture on it. Absolutely stunning. Gold hardware. It's got the blend pickup system, same as that other one, with the K&Ks and the graph ticks, and then a red carbon back and sides, and that's just stunning. Absolutely stunning. So from Washington, we're heading up to New Jersey for Sean, and Sean has this beautiful X20 with a Pau Ferro veneer, and Pau Ferro, it's almost like I get the same sort of feelings as I do of Cocobolo with it. It's maybe just like a lighter color, a lighter variation, but we have some beautiful Pau Ferro and great colors and textures that run through Pau Ferro as well. It's got that light sapwood center there, and then all these light browns and details. Some really nice character here. You know, these knots giving this beautiful kind of texture and characteristic running on either side. So really nice grains and details in it. We've got the silver spots on the fretboard, red carbon back and sides, and a high vibe pickup system. So there's a beautiful one going out to you, Sean. Congratulations on that. And the last one is going to Germany, and this is going out to Juve in Germany, and another piece of that Cocobolo, and this really shows off that flame and quilting going on in it. Actually, I've seen on the community hub some guys posting pictures of X30s and Cocobolo that had that same kind of V pattern. I really like that, where you get the sapwood running into a V in the guitar. I think it's just very, very attractive, and just with the flame that's running on that, so much detail. Really, really fine piece of Cocobolo, and all three are quite different, but all three really beautiful in their own right, and it's nice to have that variation. So X20 Cocobolo veneer, black hardware, a black carbon back and sides, and which contrasts very nicely with the Cocobolo on top, and again with a high vibe. So there we are. That is the last one for shipping video number 1 of 2024. So that's it. Let me tell you what I've got to coming up in the year. The big thing I've got to remind you of is the Emerald Guitars Festival music tour that we're doing between the 12th and the 17th of May. It's very, very exciting. Really what we're doing is we're taking people on a tour all around Donegal. You're going to come in here, stay in 5-star accommodation, Rock Hill House. We're going to take you on this musical tour of the county. We're going to see some of the most beautiful sights, and that's going to be accompanied by music and musicians everywhere we go. We're anticipating somewhere around about 20 to 25 different musicians are going to be involved over the 5-day period, playing different performances in amazing locations. So something really, really special, and you'll get to come here. We're going to be putting on a tour here in the factory. We're going to be doing a concert in the cottage next door to the factory. We're going to be doing some little, maybe some little talks from me about maybe some things to do with guitar design and that sort of stuff, and just having a whole lot of fun. So we've got 50 places on that first one. I think there's 8 places left. So if you're still thinking about that, jump in there quickly and get onto that. So it's really going to be an exciting time. The other thing I've got going on, I'm going to be heading to California in a couple of weeks' time for NAMM show. So if you happen to be going that direction, send us a message. We might try and have an evening where we get a bit of a get-together of different emerald owners out there. But I always go every year. We talked about exhibiting this year. But the reality is we have such a wide online community that we reach, through our content, that it feels like it's quite hard to just go and do that one event. And it's mainly a trade show. We don't sell through stores, so it just didn't quite work out. So we decided once again not to do it, but maybe in the future we will exhibit there. So we won't be exhibiting. I'll just be there hanging out, meeting friends, having a lot of fun, watching a lot of music, and having a good time. What else is coming up? Well, we're working on some new content ideas. Today is a planning day. We're planning out some new content ideas for the year, some new performances. You might have seen the performance that we did just before Christmas, the collaboration with Keol and Tanya McCall for Fairy Tale of New York, and it's had like well over 100,000 views already. Fantastic video. We're going to try and do more of that sort of stuff that's going to maybe give you a little bit of an Irish feel, some Irish music played on our guitars in beautiful locations. We're thinking about a little bit of that. And we are finishing off the factory this year. And we've got one final section that we're finishing off. That'll be the showroom, the Emerald Guitar showroom. We've got a little bit more office space, a new canteen for the staff. And that's just that one last corner of the building that has to be finished out. And then we'll be painting the building in hopefully in the spring, March or April, when the weather gets better. We're going to be putting the signs up, and then all being well, and I haven't said this before, all being well, while we are doing the festival tour, we're going to have the official grand opening of the Emerald Guitars factory. So we're going to put that as a guideline, as a target, to have everything finished, and we have an official opening whenever all those guests are here. So there's another little bit of you heard it first here. So that's what's going on. Don't think I've ever been so enthusiastic going into a new year about what we've got going on. I think 2024 is going to be a truly exceptional year at Emerald Guitars, and we have. It's not really about new guitars, but just new approaches, and there's just so much opportunity out there, and we're really excited that you guys are part of it. So thanks for being part of it. Thanks for watching the video. Thanks for listening to me rambling on. Hopefully it's interesting and not too boring for you, and we'll see you again next week. See ya.